everybody, and happy Independence, Barbados.
Happy Independence, Barbados.
We're here at Bellevue House for the first ever episode of Porkology, where we delve into the wonderful world of pork. I'm your host, Daana, and this is the professor of pork himself, Mr. Henderson Butcher.
This segment is called Porkology. It's all about going crazy with pork, all the wonderful things you can do with pork, but for this particular one, we're going to do what I call a pork conky.
Sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
I'm actually going to dissect the conky. I'm going to take the flavors out of the conky except the pumpkin and sweet potato. I'm going to put all those flavors into the pork. I'm going to wrap it in banana leaf the same way. I'm going to put it on a raft just like you do a conky, and then I'm going to make some pumpkin fritters and some sweet potato to go with the conky, which will be
Professor,
the pork.
that sounds amazing, and I can't wait until we get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little time, gather our ingredients, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
MIS spices have been flavoring the pots of Barbadians for over 25 years. Available island-wide at all leading supermarkets, MIS spices come in a wide variety of flavors, like black pepper, Cajun spice, bacon bits, crushed chili flakes, coriander powder, cumin powder, curry powder, basil leaves, celery salt, and blackened spice. Celebrity chefs and mixologists use MIS spices to enhance the flavor of their creations. MIS products, making it special for you.
Hi guys, welcome back to Porkology. The
Welcome
professor,
back.
yes, the professor has pork conkies all laid out for us. We're about to get ourselves going, getting crazy with the pork. Professor, let's get into it.
No problem. All right, the first thing I want to do is to get the potatoes on. So
Okay.
we can start. I'll get the pot.
Can't wait, this is gonna be great.
What I'm actually going to do with this, and I'll get you to do something. I'm going to show you this. This is what I
Ginger.
want you to do with the ginger. Scrape it off like this
Okay.
until it comes clean.
Okay,
Right.
so I'm doing this?
Yes, you're doing
Okay,
that.
here we go. I hear ginger is actually very beneficial.
Yeah, ginger.
for
Ginger is
lots of
good for a
things.
lot of things. Arthritis is one of those things that ginger works well with. Now this mixture is for the sweet potato. What I'm going to do is poach the sweet potato here.
Nice brown sugar.
Brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon in there. I'm going to
What was
put
that?
the
Was that
potatoes
cream?
in. That's coconut milk.
Coconut milk. Ah. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but
Yeah, you just scrape.
yeah, just scrape, just
Yes.
scrape. Okay.
What I'm going to do is just get this on the stove. Well, almost ready.
I don't know. Did I do it right? Let's let the professionals get to it.
I'll take it
There we
from
go.
here.
Ah, right. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'll do now
Ginger smells really nice.
is just break the ginger down so I can add that to the pot.
Okay.
Remember, we're going to be dealing with pork, so what we want to do is get the veg and the potato out of the way,
Right.
so that everything is kosher. We have some wonderful flavor happening.
I'm a big fan of ginger flavor. It's good stuff. Right. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
Some
have
prepared
this sweet
sweet
potato
potato.
ready. So we're going to put the sweet potato in the pot and allow that to come up. Okay, get out to the way. Salt
Okay.
and cover. Okay, so we have the sweet potato on, and we'll move on to the pork. At this time, we'll try to get the pork ready.
Okay.
Yep. When it comes to this, I'm so familiar with pork because I have to blame my father, because we had a set of pigs from the time I was a little boy, and we used to actually kill pigs almost every Sunday.
Okay.
So we always had to find something to do with the pig.
Ah.
Everything was pretty much about the pig. So this is the lovely cuts of pork.
Okay. Which cut is this?
This is actually the pork from the loin.
Loin? Okay.
I
pork
removed the
loin.
bone because I actually want everything to cook nice and smooth. It will take longer with the
bone in.
So I
Understood.
removed the bone so it would actually do the quick cooking that I really want.
Yes, gotta get
So
that thing
now
done quick.
I'll do the mixture. And remember, this is something that should happen overnight. I want to get the marination from overnight so as to have a very strong flavor in the pork, because that's very important.
Okay.
If you don't do it overnight, you won't get the strong flavor that you want for the pork to have.
Okay.
So that could actually cause a challenge for you. So
Okay, so we're grating up some nutmeg now.
yeah, I'm
Looks
going
like.
to add
Yeah.
some nutmeg in.
Yes. I'm seeing a definite conky influence here. Yeah, we got the sweet potato already. We got the nutmeg going. Got a little pinch of sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we usually put ginger in conkies, but
No,
still,
you see, well, for this,
we're good.
this is what we need to do to get the flavors in. So
Mm-hmm.
find that ginger gives a wonderful flavor, so I'll add the ginger and we'll go with that. Remember, we also put
This is our coconut milk we're adding, yeah?
coconut milk. Yep,
Okay.
that's the coconut influence.
Okay.
And then we have some mixed essence.
How much of our ingredients, what are the quantities that we're using?
It really
today?
depends on the amount of pork you have.
Okay.
Today we're using just a few pieces of pork for the demonstration, so
Okay.
using about 2 to 3 pounds of pork.
Okay.
So 1 tin of coconut milk would actually do for this.
How about, can you
this-
have powdered coconut milk? Can you use that?
Yeah, you can use powdered coconut milk. Just add some water. Always remember the salt because you need to season as well.
Oh, I didn't get to sprinkle the salt.
You need to season. Make sure that
I noticed that this is very coarsely ground salt. Can you tell me?
that's actually sea salt.
sea salt. Is that are there benefits to using sea salt over other types of salt?
Well, sea salt is supposed to be one of the more healthier options.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the mixture that would usually, all the things that would usually go into the conky.
Alright, we have our
We're going
coconut
to-
milk, our sugar, our nutmeg, and our salt. Was it?
Yes, salt
Okay.
is in there.
All right. Just gonna soak the pork in there for a little bit.
Remember, this is supposed to be marinating
Overnight.
So what we'll do is just put this back in the fridge.
The Roberts family of companies has been providing Barbados with quality food and animal feed since 1944. At Roberts, we take this responsibility seriously, guaranteeing the highest quality of each and every product we manufacture. From cooking oils, margarines and shortening produced by Roberts Manufacturing, and livestock and poultry feed from Pinnacle Feeds, to premium domestic pet food from Vitamin Pet Foods. Roberts family of companies. We feed the nation.
Bellevue House or Bellevue Plantation Estate is your #1 venue for weddings, private functions, entertainment events, large family holidays, or retreats. Bellevue is located just 10 minutes from Bridgetown and South Coast beaches and has a lovely view across the Bridgetown Harbor. We have large entertainment rooms, spacious grounds with large swimming pool and bar area. There are 2 large dining tables that are great for elegant dining or holding board meetings. If you want a classy, spacious, affordable location to hold your important function in style, call Bellevue today, cause we'll go that extra mile.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Porkology. We are here at the lovely Bellevue House where they host all kinds of events such as weddings, parties, you name it. Just contact them. Here's the website on the bottom of the screen. Let's see, there we go. I hope it appears. Yes, and organize your event. Right now, we are here with the professor of pork.
So just as you would do the conky, I'm going to build a raft. Now, you decide what you want to build your raft with.
What's this we have?
This, I have some lemongrass.
Ooh.
Now, I have lemongrass growing at home, so I could use it as I like. If you go to buy lemongrass in the store, it might be a little bit expensive. You might not want to do that. Now, I'll show you a
Why do
little...
they call it lemongrass, Professor?
Because it is grass that's flavored with lemon, like lemon. It
Aha.
has a lemon aroma. Now,
Let me smell this. It does. It
Right.
smells like lemon.
So when you're using lemongrass, this is the part of lemongrass you use. And you take the back of the knife and just, we call it bruising, not whacking. We're bruising it a bit.
Okay.
And that would help some of the flavors to come out. Now, remember, anytime you see me cooking, it's all about flavor.
All right, you mash up the lemongrass. There we go.
Yeah, you put a few chunks in the lemongrass. So we're building a raft. So if you want, remember you can build your lemongrass. Some people use peach sticks, banana leaves, all that kind of stuff. But I prefer to use some of the lemongrass because it gives it extra flavor. And everything I do, I put a tremendous amount of flavor in there, not to kill it,
Important.
but I like to get flavors going so everything is fine. And we're about ready.
Okay. Let's
No.
make some pork conkies.
Now remember, it's all about pork. It sounds crazy, but it tastes great. And if you don't believe me, you need to try it. Now what I need to do is to trim this down a bit.
Okay, to make sure it fits.
Fits the foil
nice
paper.
and
That can
exact.
go in there, there's no problem. That can sit right there.
Okay.
And then I'll put this
Alright.
right on top of, I'll get another
This is
cut.
not your grandmother's conky, people.
Not your grandmother's conky. This is Professor
The
Porkology.
professor's conky.
Yeah. So if you can see the pork,
Okay. So you just put just like the pork there, and you just
wrap
fold
it up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
put some of the marination in. Helps to build the flavor in the pork.
So you're saying this does not spill out when it cooks?
It's it's wrapped. If it spills out, it's
Yeah.
probably in your wrapping because as you will see, I've turned it upside down
Right, right.
to make sure that the liquid stays in as much as possible. And then when I'm finished, I'll close the container up with some more foil to make sure that it stays in even more.
Okay.
See, so who would know that that's not a conky? And if anybody tells me anything different, I'll tell them that's not true.
All right, Professor, I need to ask.
Yes.
Can I do one of these pork conkies?
Of course,
Can I?
you can do one. And remember, the professor is here. There's no need to fear.
Okay.
I'll walk you through it
All
now.
right.
What you do, you get the tongs.
Get
you
the
take
tongs.
the fork, bring it closer. Bring it closer to you. Bring
There
it
we go.
closer to you.
We've got
you,
the fork.
You need two hands. So you put
Two
that
hands.
down. Yeah. Put it on the paper.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, you
Yeah,
need the liquid.
we got a liquid.
Now you gotta
Spoon
be
it on
quick
here.
at this point because the liquid will run.
Okay.
You don't need it all over. You just
Here we go.
quickly.
That's enough?
Yes.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go.
Both
We're
sides
gonna
up.
get the both sides up here.
You roll. Put them together. Roll.
Put them together.
Roll.
We roll.
Roll.
We roll.
The ends in.
Yep. In here.
Hold them neatly. No.
Whoops.
This is good work. Come on.
Let's
You
see,
gotta-
let's see.
Neat.
Neat. All right, let me get the other side. Neat.
You're not going to pass the exam if you don't do it properly.
Okay, there we go. Neat.
Press it in. You need to seal it.
Yeah, better?
Yep.
Here we
and
go.
remember, always make sure that you have it properly done so that everything stays inside.
Yeah,
you
it's
need
good.
the flavor to be in the pork. That's another one.
My first pork conky, everybody. All right, so we got our cute little pork conkies over there.
Remember, we want as much banana flavor in there, don't care what. We close it in.
So you just kind of
We
like
close it in,
tuck them in.
tuck them in, do whatever to get them in and keep them in. So what I'll do,
Such an interesting take on a classic,
let me put
Professor.
this over the sink.
There we go.
You want to make sure that you close it.
All right. All right.
What we're doing is sealing everything in. It's sealed on the inside and sealed on the outside.
So you're telling me the flavor of the lemongrass will actually get
All
into
the
pork,
aromas,
yeah?
all the aromas will be in there,
Okay.
and it will do what it has to do. When we open, the aroma will be escaping, and if even the cameraman don't realize oh my God, something is definitely wrong. So we would have failed. So at this point, we're going to go into the oven, 350 degrees, for about an hour and a half, depending on the size of your pork cuts, and make sure that they're cooked. When they're finished, they're supposed to be nice, succulent, soft, and full of conky flavor.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right,
yes,
Barbados.
oven time.
Yeah, so we're about to get on with our fritters. And for the fritters, we need some cooked pumpkin, we need some flour, baking powder, some sugar, some nutmeg, and we get some cinnamon, some essence.
What do I do first?
All right, so we need to get
All right.
the
Our pumpkin.
pumpkin in,
Okay.
and you get the whisk,
Yeah,
you get
here
the
we
whisk,
are.
and give me the spoon.
There we go.
I'll get this in. What you need to do when I get it in
Yeah.
is crush it.
Yeah, mash it up.
That's
Okay,
what
I've
you need
never
to do.
mashed it up before.
Okay. Oh my God.
There we go.
You need to keep it out the whisk so you can shake it back out.
There we are. All right.
Keep crushing. Come on. Come
There
on.
we
Work
go.
those muscles.
All
Come
right,
on.
I got this. I got this. There we are. There we go.
Very good.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
good.
All right.
I'll add some flour in now, and I'll get the other stuff going.
Okay. All right. So are we using set measurements for this one as well?
Well, for this, we have the measurements, and I'm sure that we'll have them running on the screen at
Okay.
the end. Yes. We have some cinnamon.
All right, cinnamon. Actually, I hear cinnamon is a very beneficial spice as well.
That cinnamon is one of those things that I'm not too sure about.
Yeah.
If you tell me about pork, on the other hand, I can tell you a lot about that. Even back in the day when we used to be butchering pigs all the time, there used to be a lot of fat frying. And then you always wonder, why is it that we doing this fat frying, and then you get what was called crackling. And after the
Yes.
crackling, you realize that you had a lot of oil. So they used to use that for frying, but that was back in the day. But now we don't do things like that. We've gotten more refined, and we have a lot more coconut oil and olive oil and all those things. So I don't know.
Nothing like some good old pork fat, right?
But I know for sure that pork is one of the most used meats right now in the world.
So that was just the baking powder you put in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now I'll get the grater and I'll put some cinnamon in, nutmeg, sorry. So now I'll get the grater and put some nutmeg in,
All right.
and I'll mix all these ingredients together.
Just like Granny's fritters.
And this is when you get accustomed to these things, you just go with it. And we have to remember the sugar.
Of course.
All right.
Okay.
And remember, you realize we didn't put any water in here.
We have not put any actually.
Right. So we mix this all together.
Okay.
So when you do the fritters and you realize that it's too tight, you decide what you're going to add.
All right.
Some people add in a little milk. Some people want to just add some water. But I, in my wonderful wisdom of flavor, use the coconut milk.
Coconut milk. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Remember, we are doing pork conkies, and we want everything to balance back with the conky. If you look
You wanna
at
stay
this,
true to
Barbados, you see the wonderfulness of our fritter coming together.
It's pretty thick.
This is actually
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. All right, coming along nicely.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
Whisk.
Whoops, daisy.
Here's the whisk. And
Alright.
over to the sink with this.
Okay.
Okay.
Right about now, we're heading over to the stove with Professor, about to whip up some pumpkin fritters.
Okay. So we have some oil over here. I did mix some olive oil and some veg oil. First, I want to coat the spoon with the oil so the fritter will slide off. And I can actually make a nice shape. Now remember, it's not too runny and not too stiff, so I can control it properly. And that's what you actually want with your fritter, even when you're making things like bake sometimes. So I go ahead and I start to drop my fritters.
Okay, look at that.
Just frying away. You notice it rolls off the spoon
Yep.
because I keep
Nice
coating.
and easy.
Yep.
I can just hear the sizzle.
Yeah, that's what you actually want.
It's looking good, it's smelling nice, it's even sounding good. Well, that didn't
Remember
take
it's-
long to brown at all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I trying to deal with.
Looks like you can't be stingy with the oil when you're trying to fry fritters either.
Well, I like to make sure that my fritters can move around.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they kind of start bobbing when they're close to ready. Just like most other things, fish cakes and all that stuff. So you can play with these in the oil.
All right. This is not a low-calorie meal, folks.
I'm gonna go ahead, take this out. And you notice I'm using a perforated spoon,
Yep.
meaning a spoon that has holes.
To drain out the oil, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, pumpkin fritters looking boss.
Like a boss, he said.
So I say, let's plan our vacation, and suddenly everyone's on Liat.com. My wife announces she'll Liat.com, a nice hotel near restaurants and shopping malls. Must hide credit card. The kids want to Liat.com fun activities, and since someone has to be the sensible one, I'll Liat.com flights, our travel insurance, and a car. Well, sort of sensible.
Liat.com. What else do you need?
Hey folks, welcome back to Porkology, and you've tuned in at just the right time. We are here, we're about to unveil the masterpiece of our professor here, the pork conkies. We're gonna plate,
Yeah.
we're gonna taste, yes?
Yeah, hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Drum roll, please. Oh my goodness.
Well, look at conkies.
They smell good too, yeah?
Yep. Remember I told you before.
That's right.
If you don't, ow.
Oh gosh, careful.
Yep. I guess
Okay.
we're accustomed to that, right?
All right,
So-
I can see the lemongrass in there swimming around. Yeah. That is some sexy pork. There we go.
Okay, look at the
All
pork.
right.
See, it's nice.
There you have it, folks at home. Pork
Pork.
conkies.
So we'll start. You get some sweet potatoes, start with. Cut down.
All right. Tell me about plating, Professor. I know there's some technique involved in like the combinations of food you put in your plate.
Well,
How does that go?
plating, you really should look at a couple of things. There's focal point, that's where your eyes go, where you want the attraction, you know, that kind of stuff. How you put it together, some highs, some lows, the colors and stuff like that.
So what would be a high?
Well,
would
the
be a
potato
height?
right now I'm stacking up, so that's
Oh, in terms of
actually-
levels.
Yeah, that's going to be high. So right
Okay.
now I'm actually going to use skewers for
All
the
right.
fritters.
There we go.
And we are going to put them right on
It's a
top.
leaning tower of fritters.
Oh, you gotta be exciting with it. Let me get a nice size one.
Okay.
And we do the same thing here.
What? You weren't kidding about the highs.
No, not at all. You just play with your food. Play with your food all the way.
And the cherries will add like a little bit of a contrast with
just for
the red?
For the color.
Cool. Alright.
And we'll take our pork and we'll place it on our plate.
Okay.
And you notice get the pork out.
There we go. So this is the pork loin. Does the pork loin cook differently from, say, let's say that a different cut? Does it,
the loin,
like, why is this one better for this particular dish?
because I could take it off the bone and put it in at some high temperatures with all the mixture and all that stuff in there, the marination, and allow it to cook down.
What?
Right.
Okay. All right, and now we have our sauce. Professor's drizzling it on there. Nice hearty dressing of sauce. That looks good. There you go.
All right. Then we add a touch of color with tomatoes.
Our cherry tomato. Which do you say, Professor? Tomato or tomato?
Tomato, it doesn't mean anything different.
I'm a tomato girl myself.
Okay, guys. There we have it. The pork conky.
Pork. We got our sauce here. Here we go. I like it.
Pretty good.
The first thing that hit me, of course, was the sauce, coconut flavor, and then I got the pork. The flavors that you mixed into the sauce, it's not overpowering the pork at all. They're blending nicely.
The fritter is nice and fluffy.
Let me taste this fritter. Let me get some of this fritter action over here.
Makes you want to do stuff.
Like eat more fritters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice flavors.
The cinnamon. It's better than my granny used to make.
And
Sorry,
when
Granny.
you put them all together.
Yeah? Let me do this. Let me get on this train.
Good food.
Let me try this out. Got my pork. Got my fritter.
Okay,
got my
Barbados, we need you
potato.
to pretty much get cooking and experience the pork conky.
And get eating. Well, we got to thank the Barbados Pig Farmers Association for this wonderful pork. Professor, tell us where we can get this recipe.
You can get this recipe at the Porkology Facebook page, and you can also contact me at the number you can see going across the screen, and we can talk about you making your pork conkies. If you're making any mistakes, I can help you to correct them.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you very much, Barbados, for watching.
Right about now, we're going to wrap up this episode, and you're going to stay tuned for the next one, which is our Christmas episode, More Crazy Pork Adventures, people. Stay tuned.
Get cooking, Barbados. Cheers.